Hello there, Jacko here, and today you're going to watch speed paint on my first ever monthly art challenge, kaijune, which I have to say was planned to not be recorded and not be digital because I was really stressed about school, so I did it on paper. But I thought it would be interesting to see the process. The theme of the challenges were used from the I think subjectively, which is an amazing YouTube channel. Link in this description. Check them out. This is going to be part one of part two parts, and part two is going to come at the end of this month. At least it should come. And recently I started to change my content, so I hope you guys enjoy. And let's start. First theme was forest, and I think I really did a generic design, which I think there were plenty of in this challenge, but I like it. After all, it is day one. Normally when I draw, I do draw it on paper and do the line work digitally, which could be a disadvantage. Wow, I'm bad at saying disadvantage sometimes. But I added some of the kaijus on the paper as size of the kaiju. Birds were supposed to be that, but later I started to use them as decorations for some of the kaijus. Day 2, porcelain, which was a pain to figure out, especially because what can you do with porcelain? I don't know. I googled porcelain to see what things are made of porcelain besides dishes, because making a giant dish monster was not a pretty good idea. Then I saw a teapot, which I forgot was made of porcelain. So I started to draw without thinking, and I got a teapot with two swan heads, and later I added teacups for legs. This is honestly one of my favorite designs, which for others I cannot say the same, some am not proud of. But I like this design especially with other designs like day 5, day 7, day 10, day 11, and 13. Hopefully you like it too. Day 3, dark, which with day 6 was pretty disappointing because I think I could have done it better. I cannot figure out what can I do with this theme, so I just draw a big bat with a no eyes and with a big tail, and that's it. Nothing special, and I am kinda sad because I think that I could have done it better in designing it and in coloring it, because with colors it's pretty weak. But surprisingly, I don't like the day 6 kaiju more. Day 4, Jet, which is a generic design. And seeing that it is a dragon with jet-like attributes, it's a pretty bland. But this will kick in later. I think this is the best version that I did because other versions of him don't look big, but honestly neither does he. I thought to put some rocket fire that is coming out of his tail to push him up, but I don't know would it fit. This was one of my favorites, and that surprisingly looks better colored for me. While I was drawing it on the paper with the space I gave it, well, it wasn't enough, but drawing it digitally really helped me to add some color details and scars, and I love it. I also imagine it to be one of the biggest so far, but maybe they can beat it. And don't question the anatomy of it or any of others because it will probably make no sense and it will be common. Day 6, and oh boy, I don't like it. When I heard a brawler, I see a boxer, but I didn't want to draw a human, so I draw an animal that is known for kicking, a kangaroo. And if I say for others that their designs are generic, for this, I can say it is boring. I added horns and spikes on a kangaroo that in fact I never draw before this entire thing, and added a claw at the end of its tail. Just says how I didn't have any ideas for it. If you have any ideas for a brawler kaiju, leave it in the comments. For day 7 subterranean, I had an idea for an underground kaiju, and one of the known insects that goes underground is an antlion who, are they actually ants? Anyway, they make a hole and they hide inside under the hole, and they kind of wait until one of their prey gets in and they just claw it. This idea came in quickly because one of my favorite Pokemon is Flygon, who is an adult antlion. I added ground on it, which I don't think how lions look on the ground, so it doesn't really make sense. But I also added leaf wings so it can move fast while it isn't in the ground. As I said for day 4, it is now an inspiration for day 8, prototype. A prototype version for a jet kaiju is what came in my mind. Design was fairly simple, just changing it from a dragon to a snake and adding helicopter attributes for it. Nothing special, it is a prototype that now, while I'm thinking, could look closer to the original. Day 9, Resurrected. With a theme like that, I was really excited, but not too happy with the design. I love the colors that I used for it, but for the parts that, like the chest and parts that don't include uh, area like bones, wings, or even green fire, don't really look like they would fit. For me, that is the only thing that I would change for this design. But what do you think? With day 10, Fire. I was not excited to do, but I am really happy with the design. It feels like some evolution of my cargo, but also not. I think I drew the smoke and lava good, but because I don't draw them normally, I'm not sure. But I think the colors work pretty well with each other, and that this might be for now the biggest kaiju I drew. Day 11. Gravity. I literally turned off my brain and started to draw, and I am really happy with the design. It reminded me of Gravattack from Ben 10, so I added some details from it, like the core and the teeth shape. And I also added crystals because why not? I like it a lot. But what do you think? For day 12, it was pretty awkward to draw. So I did draw one thing that is, I think, related, and that is gargoyles. And for it is fine. Really, it is a pretty generic design, but it can work, at least better than the day 6. I tried something different and even changed the design at some parts digitally, but it is up to you to decide. For day 13, forgotten, just like my childhood. I am really happy with the design. In the process of forgotten stuff, I thought, why not use a bridge that has been destroyed and it uses its broken parts as limbs, and it went pretty well. I love using calmer colors, and this kaiju is full of them. This is definitely something that I didn't draw before, and I am happy with the design. For day 14, I am not even going to say the word because I didn't know that it existed. So you should take this one with a grain of salt because I don't know, do candles even count? Because how I understood it, it does. And I made it a melted candle kaiju that is honestly better than I thought, with a design that is a lot more better than I thought, even better than what I drew it on paper. Honestly, uh, adding shading your art adds a bit more to it. And with the final day of the video, day 15, carved. What I did is I made a humanoid that has sticky attributes or inspiration. Which one works better? I will go with inspiration. First, I thought let's use a pumpkin because they're famous. It is famous to carve them because you and also you probably know. But I went with something else that is different, like carving wood in the shape of whatever this is supposed to be. At least it has some sticky attributes or inspiration. I don't know. I like it at the end. Do you? And that is it for today. I am really happy with some of these designs, and I think I can do it better, especially now because school is over. And after a month, I will probably do another one in August, and it will be your choice. Should I do it like this or do something else with it? I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like if you like the video, comment what would you like to change, and see you guys next time. Have a lovely day.